Welcome to Showtime 49. Welcome to Showtime 49.
Preseason week 2. We are done. And we all know who shined. You see the name right there. You see it. Where it's at. There you go. Trey Lance. But let's get into it for real. Let's talk about this thing. First off, Brock Purdy came out. He had his initial debut for everybody to see. He had one drive. He was 4 for 5. And honestly, I saw a bunch of dump passes. I ain't even gonna cap. But he had a good game. He was sharp. You know, he came out there. Kyle Shanahan got him in motion, had him rolling out so he wouldn't get hit as much, you know, kind of masking the offensive line issues, which was good. That's how you protect your quarterback. He made all the throws that he needed to make. I really didn't see any issues with Brock other than Brock looked like Brock. Then he had one play where he missed somebody over the middle, but that's cool. You know, he still drove down the field. We ended up in the field goal. He took one sack, but that really wasn't his fault. I mean, our offensive line, especially our depth at offensive line, has been absolute trash. And we saw that last week against the Raiders. We saw more of it this week against the Broncos. But he looked sharp. He looked like Brock, and it looked like I can be confident in him during the season. But I'm still waiting to see real football when the season comes. And I'm glad he came out and played. I'm glad Kyle Shanahan allowed Brock Purdy to play just a little bit. And he said he's going to play more next week. So that's what I'm hoping for, because he needs the preseason. He needs it. I mean, the guy just came off an injury. He needs all the reps he can get, just like our other quarterback, who in my eyes should be QB2 over Sam Darnold, which is Trey Lance. So now I really want to get into talk about him because, in all honesty, we all know who the main storyline person is on this team. It's Trey Lance. It ain't nobody else, because that's all people care about for some reason. I don't know. But let's get into it. So he only played a quarter, but the man had 170-some yards in one quarter and a touchdown. Yes, he threw a pick. The pick, as we all saw, was just a screen pass. The defender made a heck of a play, got his hand on the ball. Could Trey have threw the ball a little bit higher? Absolutely. He absolutely could have threw it higher. But, you know, he learns from his mistakes. Now, Trey, he always starts off games slow. But why? Why does Trey Lance start games slow? And I think I have an answer. It's because he doesn't play consistently. When have we ever seen Trey Lance line up under center as our starting quarterback for multiple weeks? Just doesn't happen. So how could he prepare? How could he really understand and feel comfortable on a field that he's rarely on? Which is why he tends to get better throughout the game. And to me, that's an elite trait for somebody to be out there, not start off good. All the pressure is always on him. He's scrutinized more than any Niner I've ever seen in my life. And then he gets better. And then all of a sudden he catches fire. He throws 6 for 6 all of a sudden. Then all of a sudden, Cameron Latu's catching passes. He ain't caught a pass all training camp. And now he didn't caught a couple from Trey. 3rd and 13, a touchdown. I'm just saying, he made some amazing plays out here. And as a matter of fact, I got something for y'all to look at. Finally, let's get to it. All right. So this is that great touchdown drive that Trey Lance had. So let's start out. So here we are right now. It's 2nd and 20, and then Trey Lance starts to catch fire. Boom. Okay, so for those that say he always misses gimmies, that looked like a gimme to me. Gonna go back. Look at that. Boom. Hits him right where he needs to, right in the hands. Positive yards. That's a good play from Trey Lance. All we always hear about from him is how he can never hit the gimmies. He struggles with them. Well, this slow motion shot to me looked like he hit it just fine. So let's just be realistic here when we're actually analyzing my guy. Let's be realistic. That was a good play. It was simple. He got the job done. Now here's 3rd and 13 I was talking about earlier. Boom, bam, Cameron Latu. Now he had somebody else wide open underneath, but he chose to go after the deeper route because he understands the down and the distance, and he made the correct play. Now look at that right there. Over the middle, no hesitation. Let's go back and look at that. No hesitation. Zero hesitation. Boom, sets his feet, bam, fires it on the line. Breaks the tackle, another first down. We're moving. We're moving. What was that, Willie Snead? Look at this one here. Ooh! Another strike. Set his feet. Quick decision. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. Seen the open man. Got it in there. Okay, Tay Martin. Next play. Now, this might have been the best throw of the game. This throw right here. My goodness. That window was so small. It was no window. Nothing. You couldn't have fit a rock in there. You couldn't go to the beach and find one of them little sand crystals and throw that in that window. It was so small. And he had confidence enough to, bam, put that. Do y'all understand? Look at this. Look at that window. That's crazy. A man with that much arm talent, y'all talking about y'all need to trade him and all this other stuff. Bam, there's the touchdown to Cameron Latu. Trey was doing his thing out there. He looked absolutely amazing out there, doing what he needed to do. But see, we always sit here and talk about how Trey's not ready. He's not. He still shouldn't start off games slow, but we know why. He doesn't play enough. And he said in his interview later that he feels the best and always feels the best when he's on the field. That's how he learns the best. Not just practice, not just going over video, not going to look at the tape. It's not just, all those things matter. Yes, I'm not saying they don't. But the greatest progression that you're going to get is on the field, in game, when you can actually get hit. You're not getting hit in practice. You're not getting hit ever unless you win a game. Start slow, does better. That's the Trey Lance that we know so far. Could you imagine if Trey Lance played with the starters? Whew. Could you imagine? He actually has Debo and CMC and Kittle and Ayuk. Actually has them at his disposal. He actually has a good offensive line in front of him. Trent Williams, like nothing. Now we know we got an issue on that right side, but whatever. Our depth at offensive line is a major, major, major issue. But let's move on now. Let's talk about Ronnie Bell and his 7 catches. This man came out here balling. He was clearly the best receiver that we had for the day. He's so tough. He's like a mini Debo. Like, he doesn't care about contact. He's stiff arming people. Like, you saw it in just the video. The man was just all over the place. He did make a mistake. Of course, he had that drop that led to an interception. Poor Sam Darnold. But other than that, it is preseason. If there's any time to make your mistakes, it's right now. I'm loving what I've been seeing from him consistently. All the stuff we've been hearing in training camp and what I've been seeing in the preseason games. Now, we do have an issue at kicker. Maybe. Let's talk about Jake Moody. Or as I saw one comment, somebody called him Jake Booty. That's not okay. If you miss kicks every week, you will be Jake Booty, though. And that's just the truth. That's just what it is. You can't be missing extra points, man. Not when you was drafted in the 3rd round. Like, I don't understand how this pressure is getting to you because you went to a great college where the fans are going nuts and you kicked kicks all the time. We know you got the strongest leg. We understand that. But if you don't got accuracy, then it don't matter. We let go of Robbie Gould, who has never missed a field goal in the playoffs. Never. You think we worried about him missing extra points? No. We ain't been as confident in the kicker since Robbie Gould since I don't know how long. But when he was back there, it's good as gold, bruh. Always. Always. Especially when it count the most. So I understand it's early and he been doing good in training camp, kicking 60+ yarders and all that. And that's all sounds great. But when it's time to put that on the field, we're going to be in situations like we were yesterday where Trey Lance led us down the field. May not specifically be him, but led us down the field, opportunity to win the game. Yes, he made it. I'm glad he did. Congrats. But it was like a 32-yard field goal. He still almost missed that. That concerns me. Like, we need to be solid at kicker because those extra, that's who the Niners used to be. Can you imagine Jimmy G without a good kicker? Whoo, whoo. It would be a whole different tune for y'all Jimmy fans out there because a lot of drives were ended in no points. A lot because we didn't score many touchdowns with Jimmy G. When Brock came, that's when the points started coming. Them 33 points a game was crazy, but he also had a great cast around him. Now, Brock Purdy and Sam Darnold have both played with some of the starters. Trey is the only quarterback on the team that is not. Are we going to get that chance on Friday? Are we? I would love to see Trey Lance play with the starters. Let's see if he can continue to move the ball down the field. He did it with the third stringers. And see, and I don't want to hear everybody saying, oh, it's the third string. Like, I don't want to hear that no more. Because last week when he struggled, they were saying, oh, it doesn't matter who's on the field. You should be able to go out there and do your thing. Okay. Well, he did. And he won us the game. We were losing. He made us come back. He made impressive throws, throw after throw after throw after throw, with a slow start, with all the pressure on him that's always on him. Never led a game-winning drive in his life other than practice, which somebody asked him post-game. Just like your first one, he was like, practice, like just a young kid out there who's never had many opportunities. But it did show that he can play at this level. It did show that he could be in the NFL. So all I'm saying is, as Niner fans, we just need to stop this split everything, like Team Brock, Team Trey, Team Sam. I don't know who's on his team, but anyway, he did have a good game too. Let me not say that. He looked like Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's not progressing. He's not turning into a better quarterback. He's on a better team with a better coach. So you're going to play better. Maybe just a little bit. It wasn't nothing impressive. I can actually see Trey Lance getting better. And he gets better so fast. Most people, when they have a bad game, they just have a bad game. He only played the first half last game. And he only played one quarter, maybe a minute left in the third quarter when he came in the game. And I wonder, did anybody have their volume up when Trey Lance came into the game? Because for one of the first times ever, the crowd was actually cheering loud when he stepped on the field. With the love, since when? I remember going to games and Trey got injured. I was at that game 2 against the Seahawks, and then they cheered when Jimmy G came in the game. These same fans have been screaming, Brock, Purdy. Like, I've been hearing all those things. I've never heard anything from Trey till last night. It was kind of nice. And that's good for him. That's good for his confidence. Like, he needs to feel like people have his back. Somebody is rooting for him. The kid has done nothing wrong to anyone ever. All he does is work hard and try to be liked and do his thing. But nobody cares. Apparently, they just want to focus on his wobbly pass or his super weird release and all that stuff. But all that changed. All that changed. Like, he was injured, and although everything, his finger, his knee, his ankle, but now he's healthy. And every time he goes out there, he looks better. And that's what Trey Lance does. And that's who he is so far. but we won't really know who he is until he gets consistent play. And that may or may not be on this team. He may not ever see the field again after Friday. If Brock can stay healthy, we might not see Trey at all. But Brock being healthy, that's a long shot because we know no quarterback on our team stays healthy all year. So who knows? Maybe he'll come in mid-season, a few weeks later. Who knows when we'll see him? But if I had to guess, I'd say he'd at least start 1 or 2 games this season, at least. And I think he'll lead us to a W. I do. And do I think it's going to be a slow start right out the gate? Probably. And it's because he won't have any consistency at that starting position with the starters and all that. But he will catch a groove, and that I could promise. Can't wait till Friday. We're going to see. I know starters are playing, but I'm hoping that we're going to see Trey Lance right after Brock Purdy this time. That would be my guess. Guess we're going to see. Appreciate y'all for stopping through. I'll at y'all on the next one.